Hi guys, so this video is going to be pretty much all about MAC today, and I'm just going to show you what I've got in these eye palettes here. I get a lot of questions about all the colours that I have, all the eyeshadow colours when I use them in like tutorials and things, so I'm just going to run through the colours that I have. I've never actually been that into MAC. I don't own a great deal of products from them. I guess it's because I've never really had a counter near me. The nearest one is probably about an hour away, so I've never been able to go and like swatch colours and try things out, but I'm not one of those people that, you know, has to have every new thing from one of the collections, or, you know, all the lipsticks and all the eyeshadow colours. I've built up quite a nice little collection of like the basics, things that I really like. So my main kind of bulk of my little mini MAC collection are probably eyeshadows, because I think they're really nice quality. I mean, they're so pigmented and they stay on, and they're just, I guess the colour range is the main thing people go for the MAC eyeshadows, because it is so vast that you know, you're always going to find a colour that you like. So I've got these two quads and a duo here, so I'm just going to pretty much run through them, show you a few of the colours and tell you my favourites. So the first thing I'm going to show you is this little duo here, and this is really cute. It's just got two shadows in it, and this is pretty much my whole brow routine. This is like my little brow kit. So I've got charcoal brown in here and omega, and these are just the perfect colours for my kind of shade of brows. Yeah, so I use a little bit of omega kind of through the bulk of my eyebrow, so like the first half, just because it's a little bit lighter, a little bit softer, and then I use the charcoal brown kind of on the arch and down to the end, which just makes it a bit darker, so it kind of gives a bit of like a tonal effect. Nothing really noticeable, but I think it just makes it look a bit more natural. So the next one is the first of my quads, and this is my more natural kind of palette. So I've got four kind of like neutral tones that I tend to wear on like an everyday basis. So I've got Amber Lights, Woodwinked, Soba, and All That Glitters. And you can, I don't know if you can see kind of how used these two are. These are like my most used colours. So Amber Lights is just like a really nice kind of golden warm tone, so it's quite bright on the lid, but it just gives like a real warm coloured eye. I've got that on today. I blended it out with Soba, so it's a little bit more toned down, but this all over just gives this really lovely golden kind of smoky effect eye. And then Woodwinked is kind of a little bit deceiving. I'm not sure if this is just my skin tone, but it looks quite kind of taupey, kind of like a browny cool colour in the pan, but once it's on I kind of blend it out and it goes really kind of coppery, really quite bronze looking. So I'm not sure if that's just me or if that happens to everyone, but yeah, on my eyes this is like a real lovely kind of like warm coppery bronze with a tiny bit of brown in it. I've actually used this in my original everyday makeup routine, so I'll link that below if you want to see me actually wearing this one. But yeah, that's probably one of my most used colours. I think a couple of years ago I just pretty much wore this and black eyeliner non-stop, so yeah, it was one of my first MAC eyeshadows. And then I've got All That Glitters here, and again it's just one of my most used colours. It's just like the perfect kind of nude base colour. It's got a lovely bit of shimmer to it, but nothing too sparkly, and it's just like a real warm sort of pinky, kind of peachy, kind of champagne colour, so just perfect for sweeping over the lids and wearing alone with mascara. It's just like a real nice brightening colour. And then last of all in this palette, which is looking a little bit newer than the other ones because it's quite a recent purchase, is Soba, and this actually came in the little brow kit along with Omega, because this is actually made for blonde hair, so it was Soba and Omega in here, but I kind of swapped them around, and it's just a really nice kind of, it looks quite gold in the pan, it looks quite kind of yellowy tone, but once it's on the lid it's just like a real warm sort of browny colour. It's matte, so it's just nice again to wear for everyday colours. I like to kind of mix this one in with a bit of Woodwinked just to kind of give a bit of a tonal effect on my eyes, but yeah, it's just a real simple, easy colour to wear. So then on to a slightly more exciting palette. This is kind of like my more colourful, more kind of like smoky shadows. So I don't tend to wear these as often, but if I'm kind of going out and I want something a little bit more intense on my eyes, I always reach for this palette. So they're quite bright actually. They're not kind of like your average kind of like grey, brown, black kind of smoky colours, but I think I suit colour better on my eyes. I think like a heavy black eyeshadow just makes me look like I'm dead, so I need like a bit of a colour to a smoky eye. So I've got Beauty Marked, Antiqued, Cranberry and Sumptuous Olive here. So Beauty Marked at the top here is just probably the most stunning eyeshadow to actually look at in the pan. It's this like real deep kind of like purple aubergine colour, but it's got this kind of like pinky glitter shot through it. It's so pretty, and with like a really good base on the eye, it pretty much like translates exactly how it looks in the pan. And I love this for like a real deep purpley smoky eye. That's my kind of favourite look to go for when I want something a bit more intense. And I've got Antiqued here, which I don't use that often. It's like a real warm copper tone brown. Again, it's got like a bit of a shimmer to it. I'm not sure what the actual proper names of all the finishes are. I'm not like that up to date with all the like technical terms for MAC, but it's just kind of like a nice, like slightly shimmery but not glittery kind of finish. But yeah, I don't get that much wear out of it, but if I want like a real warm brown smoky eye, I always go for that one. So next here I have Cranberry, and again, I just absolutely love this colour. I think a lot of people can be a little bit afraid of Cranberry because it is just literally a bright kind of like cranberry colour, so like a pinky kind of purpley warm colour, but it's just so lovely. I've actually done a smoky eye tutorial with this, so I'll link that below again if you want to see me using it. But I think you shouldn't be scared of this. It is just the most stunning colour, especially with like green eyes. With blue eyes, this looks absolutely amazing. Yeah, so I actually get so much wear out of that, even though it's kind of like one of the scarier colours. And then last of all, I have Sumptuous Olive here, and again, it's kind of one of those colours I don't wear that often, but when I do, I sort of fall back in love with it. It's just so easy to wear. Sometimes I just have this all over the lid, smudged underneath, and a bit of kind of black eyeliner, and it's just like the quickest, most simple little smoky eye. I kind of like to use this with a bit of charcoal brown sometimes, just kind of on the outer corner. But it's just like a really lovely, quick, easy smoky eye. Again, for kind of like brown eyes, blue eyes, I think this look really nice. And yeah, I need to wear that one more often. And that is it, guys. That is all the MAC eyeshadows that I own, so not too many at all, but I think I've kind of like narrowed it down to some really great colours here. If you've got a favourite MAC eyeshadow, let me know, because I'd love to have a look at it. If you think that I'd like it, that it would suit me, I'm always up for adding to the collection, even though I don't need any more, but you know, never mind. So yeah, thanks so much, guys, and I will speak to you all soon.